Hey there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bosk's Bounty video. Today we're going to be taking a look at my top 5 vintage collection figures of 2019. Alright then, so this is going to be my top 5 vintage collection figures that have been released so far in 2019. So obviously I wanted to do this because we're halfway through the year, so I thought it would be a good chance, and obviously we've had about 15 to 17 figures I think it is now, so lots to choose from, and it has actually been quite difficult to get down to 5, so I'm going to do the 5, and then I'm also going to do a couple of honourable mentions as well, because obviously it is very difficult to get 5 only. So let's kick things off with the first figure in my top 5, and the first figure is one that we've recently just got, and that is the Death Star Gunner from Rogue One. So I don't know whether you've catched my review of this figure I did on a couple of days ago, but this figure to me and card back is one of the 5 best figures that we have actually had this year so far. This is the one that I actually opened the other day, so you can actually see I did actually manage to take it off the card quite nicely with no damage. But I really do like this figure. It's got so much detail and the card back's lovely, and also I do like the film Rogue One, so this is a figure I felt that we've needed for a while. Could have possibly come out on a Star Wars chase card, but as I say, I do like the Rogue One film, so I'm not complaining too much. I love the green. And there you go. So that figure and card back is in 5th place. I must just say that I am judging this on card backs and the figure as well. So it's not just about the card back or just about the figure. There's like a combination going on there. And that's how I've got to my top 5. Next up, in 4th place, is the Han Solo in Stormtrooper disguise action figure. So this one's in 4th place. It could have been higher, but the card back lets it down just slightly. It's a little bit grainy. I'm not really sure what's going on with it. It doesn't look sort of bright and clean enough for me, and I think they probably could have come up with a better image for him anyway. So yeah, that lets it down slightly. But the figure, I mean, 100%, this figure is right up there. If you're just judging it on the figure alone, this would be right up there at the very top. Excellent sculpt on the figure, lovely helmet, all in pretty good scale. And, you know, we've always wanted a Han Solo and Stormtrooper on that vintage style card. So for that reason, he is in 4th place. And in 3rd place, we do have Lando Calrissian in Skiff Guard disguise. So this one is VC144. He's one of the exclusives. He didn't come out in an actual wave. And this one is in my top 5 because it's Lando Calrissian in Skiff Guard disguise. It's the original card back that we had back in the day. And I just want to give props to Hasbro because basically we kind of had this figure before in the Sandstorm disguise. But the figure was not very short, but a little bit too short for Lando Calrissian. And they actually rectified that. So if you stand this figure next to the Sandstorm figure, he is a little bit taller. So they fixed it. And I don't know, this figure is just one of my favourite figures and characters from the original films, from the original trilogy. And it's one of my favourite figures from when I was a kid. You know, this disguise, it's just a brilliant concept. It looks really cool, and I just think it was really good of Hasbro to finally give us this figure on that correct card back, and for that reason it is in my top 5 in 3rd position. Now I will just like to say or reiterate that basically this is my top 5. I'm sure you've got your own top 5, and I would like to know your top 5 in the comment section below, so please do comment with your top 5 out of the figures that we've had so far in 2019. So we mustn't be counting the figures that are due to come out yet. So these are the ones that we haven't actually got yet. And also I haven't included any reissues. So I haven't included the Gamorrean Guard, and I haven't included any of those reissues that we got in the fan channel exclusive. So the Han Solo, Hoth Leia, and I can't remember, the Darth Vader. There's one other as well that came in that line. So I'm not even including those. So let me know, as I said, in the comments below. And if you like this video, please hit a like down below. Subscribe if you're new. It's always good to help the channel. So thank you very much for that. Now let's move on to the second figure in my top 5. And in 2nd place, we do have the Imperial Stormtrooper. So This figure is obviously one that Hasbro have improved vastly since all the other Stormtroopers that we've got. They took the helmet from the 5POA version from the Rogue One card and plonked it on a Mimbam Stormtrooper's body without all the weathering and everything, and to make basically pretty much the perfect Stormtrooper. Now obviously this is on a Rogue One card, which is why possibly it doesn't hit #1 spot, but then again, when you see which figure is in #1 spot, then you can probably see my reasoning behind this. But anyway, if we didn't have the figure that's going to be in #1 spot, then this would probably be the best figure so far of 2019. And as I say, what could have made it #1 is if it had the Star Wars chase card. But nevertheless, we still love Rogue One. It's a great figure, and the image on the card back is great as well. So it looks like it's been straight from the film. Do love this one. This is VC140. And I think this figure deserves to be in my top 5. Alright, so drum roll. Let's see which figure's going to be #1. Alright, so in position 1, first place is awarded to Yak Face. So this is the Power of the Force Special Collector's Coin Edition Yak Face that came with the barge. This, in my opinion, is the best card and figure combo that we have got this year. Unfortunately, obviously you needed to get the barge to be able to get it. Bit of a shame really that it wasn't available to everyone, but it's kind of the fact that this is so rare that also makes it into position 1. But even if it wasn't so rare, I still do think, you know, if anyone that knows me personally knows, or if you're a fan of this channel, knows that I do love the Power of the Force cards. There's something about them. You know, you get the collector's coin. The figure itself is an amazing figure. I did a review of it back in the new year. Excellent figure. You get the little exclusive cup that you don't get in the standard version. It's a very small thing, but, you know. Back of the card there. It's just such a lovely card. You've got the pink going on behind there. And it's just a hark back to 1985 when the Power Force cards came out. It's unpunched as well. You know, everything about it is just amazing. So that is my #1 figure for 2019 in the vintage collection. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with my top 5? Before we go, we're just going to look at those honourable mentions. So first up in the honourable mentions is Princess Leia Organa in Bouche outfit. This gets an honourable mention purely because of the card back. So this is the classic card back from 1983, Return of the Jedi card, and the figure is great. You've got the helmet in the bubble above. Everything about that is great. The only thing that let it down is that it's an old Black Series figure with the new face photoreal technology. So that's the only thing that let it down. Obviously with the figure as well, it has the little detonator moulded into her hand. You can't actually take it out, so that it loses points for that as well. Next honourable mention is young Lando Calrissian. So this one purely gets in because of the card image, and the figure's a great figure. Not too much else to say about this figure, and he is just an honourable mention, so he's not going to get too much screen time on this particular video. But he does get an honourable mention because it is a great figure and it is a great card back. Two others that I just want to give an honourable mention to that didn't make it into the top 5 is Chewbacca. And Chewbacca's in there because of the great card back. We needed that card back, the Star Wars Chase, the classic image. But it is just a repack with a repaint of a figure, so he didn't quite make it. And this goes for the same for the last honourable mention, which is, when I get it out here, sorry about that, R2-D2. So he literally just came out, did a review for him a day or so ago. He's in there again because, again, we needed that classic Star Wars card back. But the figure, I still think it should have been a clean version. And in fact, I'm going to buy a Last Jedi carded 5POA, which is pretty much the same figure. Clean version. I'm going to stick him back in there instead of that one, and I'm going to glue that down, and then I'll have both. Alright then guys, thank you very much for watching. That has been my top 5 vintage collection figures of 2019, or the first half of 2019, As I mentioned before, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like down below. It really does help the channel. Thank you all very much for watching as per usual. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we shall see you on the next video.